Hello all, it is country wine season and we're back at it. I've not done one of these for a while. Today, and over the next few days, weeks, months, I'm going to be doing a Gooseberry, Elderflower and Honeysuckle wine. So fortunately there's a chap who lives down the road, sells gooseberries. Help yourself, very sensible in this time of COVID-19, so thank you very much to that guy. It's a lovely wine, really crisp, obviously big strong hints of gooseberries. Not too sweet the way I'm making it today. I'd use a little bit more gooseberries and a little bit less sugar. But yeah, I've got 3 pounds, the guy's still imperial, so that works out about 1.3 kilograms. I'm going to give these a little bit of a clean, get rid of all the leaves and stuff, give them a wash. Looking at some of these hairy gooseberries, maybe give them a shave as well, but that's not going to be a problem for us. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to let them dry off for an hour or so. Once they're dry, I'm going to shove them in the freezer. And the reason for that is because we're going to crush these. And if you're familiar with gooseberries, they're pretty tough. You try and crush them, it's like crushing bouncy balls, it's impossible. Because we're crushing so many, we want to make it as easy as possible. So we'll freeze them, it'll break down all the cell walls, all that kind of good stuff, and they'll squish really easily. So I'm going to do that right now, and we'll be back soon. Okay, we are back. So the gooseberries are currently defrosting. I've been out this morning to pick some elderflower and some honeysuckle as well, so I did okay. So if you're not familiar with elderflower, that's what it looks like. Make sure you don't pick anything else, like hogweed, which always grows kind of up as a plant and grows up near elderflower trees, which obviously kind of droop down. So you want to be picking nice creamy, yellowy, fresh elderflowers like that. If they're going a bit brown, leave them alone, just pick some nice ones. You don't want to pick these ones either, so you can probably see the little buds, they've not flowered yet, so just leave them alone as well. So I've got about 8 of those, so 8 nice big florets of elderflower, and I've also got some honeysuckle as well. So I've just got a handful of those. I think I ended up picking maybe 6 or 7. Yeah, I only found 1 plant when I was out, so I was a little bit limited, but that should be fine. Okay, so with the elderflower, I've got a nice sterilised bucket here. You can either use a fork or scissors, and we're just literally going to trim the flowers off into the bucket. Now, you're probably going to get a little bit of the green stuff in if you're using scissors. More so than if you're using a fork, but I find that it's just too much of a faff to use a fork, and you end up with some green bits in anyway. So whatever your preference is, just snip the flowers off, kind of pinch them if you will as well, just to kind of get them off into the bucket, avoiding as much of that green stuff like I said. So we're going to do that with the 8 florets of elderflower. With the honeysuckle, you can kind of see I've got the green thing there, so I'm just going to literally separate them, throw the green bit away, just put the petals in. So I'm going to be doing that. I've also got 1 kilogram of sugar. So you may recall I've got 3 pounds of gooseberries, which is about 1.3 kilograms, and 1 kilogram of sugar. So this can just go straight in. And I'm going to finish putting the petals, the elderflower petals and the honeysuckle petals in the bucket, and we'll be back. So once that is all done, and you can see there, I've got all the flowers and the sugar in there. You may notice there's a couple of little minuscule insects in there. Unfortunately, they're going to get the boiling water treatment. Remember, if you're a little bit squeamish, country wine making probably isn't for you. But I've got about 1.5 litres boiling hot water, that's going to go in. So any little bugs that were in there. Okay. Right, that's done. Sterilised spoon. Make sure all that sugar's dissolved. And just keep stirring until all the grittiness. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Maybe not. But you'll be able to feel it. So just stir that until the sugar's gone and all the grittiness is gone. Should be pretty quick. Okay. Okay. So now I'm still waiting for my gooseberries to defrost. I've actually prepared a second bucket. So getting sterilised. Once the gooseberries are defrost, we'll be right back. We'll give them a bit of a crush. We'll add some more water. We'll put the two together. I'm on to a winner. Okay, so we're back to the gooseberries. All in a bucket, so as you can see, all pretty nicely defrosted. And you can kind of tell. So if you remember me squeezing it before, you can see how kind of malleable and squishy it is now. So put that to the side. Okay, so I'm going to give them a gentle crush. Just sprayed a bit of Starsan on this rolling pin to sterilise it. I'm going to give these a gentle crush because we don't want to crush the pips too much. We're going to be using pectolase anyway, which is going to clear any kind of pectin haze. But you crush the pips too much and you release loads of pectin, so we don't want that. So I'm just going to gently kind of go around the bucket, just squishing them basically. And yeah, we'll do that for a few minutes and then we'll be back. Okay, so all the gooseberries are crushed. Literally just went round, just cracking the flesh basically. It smells so good. No wonder Geralt likes Yennefer's perfume. Lilac and gooseberries. Stay with me, come on. So, right, okay, so there's no reason I did this in two buckets other than my gooseberries weren't defrosted in time, so that's just the way I've done it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my elderflower and honeysuckle water along with all the flowers and petals into the gooseberries. And so I added 1.5 litres of water earlier. I'm going to add, how much? 2.5 litres now. One. Two. And a half, thereabouts. We're not doing science, are we? Okay, so next. Now, point to note, if you wish, you could stick a cadmium tablet in here, let it sit for 24 hours, just to be sure that you killed any nasties. Now, I froze my gooseberries, I use boiling hot water in the flowers. I'm pretty comfortable that, you know, there's not going to be any kind of wild yeast infections or anything like that, so just a kind of word to the wise, if you don't want to have wasted your money, time, whatever, then maybe best just to kind of do it. But I've made it a good few times this way, never a problem, so I'm gonna take my chances. I can't wait another day. Well, it takes months anyway, but you know. Right, okay, so next what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna put a bit of pectolase in. Again, we've not used boiling hot water on the gooseberries, so there's gonna, you know, we're probably not going to be releasing that much pectin anyway, but just for kind of clarity and lack of haze in the final wine, I'm just going to stick a spoonful of that in with a sterilised spoon. Okay, we'll put some yeast nutrient in using trinozimol, but yeah, feel free to use B1 tablets, vitamin B1 tablets. I'm going to use maybe 2 teaspoons. There we go. I'm also going to use a cup of tea, a cup of black tea, no milk obviously. You can use a wine tannin, 1 tablespoon, teaspoon rather, of wine tannin. If you've not got any, like I've run out, so a cup of tea is basically just the same. So just let it, yeah, stick a tea bag in, let it brew for 10 minutes. Job's a good one. It just gives it a little bit of bite. And okay, and lastly, and rather importantly, yeast. So any kind of generic, you know, wine yeast or white wine yeast, whatever, nothing particularly special. Just that's just from Wilco's. That'll do the job, and that's it, pretty much. So I'm going to give it a quick stir. Get all that mixed up nicely. Okay. I'm going to gently put the lid on. And I'm going to stir this every day for a week, and then I'm going to strain everything off with a straining bag into a 5-litre demijohn. I'm going to leave it for about a month, then I'm going to rack it off into a second demijohn, leave it for about 3 more months until it's stopped, until basically the fermentation, the activity of the fermentation has stopped. Once it has, I'm going to bottle it into 6 bottles of wine. Then, just keep waiting, right? Try and give it 6 months. Try and give it 6. In my experience, this wine is ready pretty quickly, and it tastes pretty good to start with. But it tastes even better after 6 months. It tastes better after 12 months. But who can wait that long, realistically? So that's it. This wine is chef's kiss good. My only final tip is to keep a couple of gooseberries behind to make some gooseberry friands, which are very, very nice cakes. So anyway, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.